This sound like Mike Blank.
You are now tuned in.
You are now tuned in
To the Vicious and Delicious Podcast.
Hey man, turn my shit up. Ooh, this shit about to be crazy.
Let's get it.
Hey, yo, tune in or get the fuck out.
That's my weekly yum yum.
Hell no.
Alright, let's start the damn show.
Live from the Pleasure Palace, it's the Vicious and Delicious Podcast, starring myself, the essence of excellence, Mr. Blackstone. Of course, I got my podcast partner in crime, the unstoppable Mr. Bigrob. How the folks, Big Rob?
You know the fucking vibes, your man Big Rob, aka excessive overload.
That's right.
The sneaker go.
Yeah.
Racist warheads. The cannabis collector.
Again.
The Pied Piper PPP loans, which will come back later in the show.
Right, here another time.
The world famous cannabis collector. The dance hall there. The Blind Farm Makaki.
Wasn't part of me, Bob.
And of course, the human Newport, because even if they ban me, niggas is still gonna fuck with me.
Yes, sir.
Vicious and Delicious Podcast, let's get to it.
That's right, y'all. Season 4, episode 3. We back in the saddle of things, and we back to get you out with another show. So y'all go ahead and strap in, get you something to eat, get you something to drink. We're gonna run through this thing real quick. Before we get started, we gotta get everything good old wrap up. Big Rob, please tell the folks what's been going on for you the last week and a half, bruh.
Yeah, it's happened a week and a half, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nothing major, nothing. I mean, personally major, maybe professionally,
Okay. Got some good news.
Some good news and some legal legalities. Speaking legalese for the people out there.
Oh, not legal.
You'll understand later down the line.
Okay. Good legal.
Good legal. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Not start a GoFundMe to get me out legal.
Right.
But it is just the start of summer, so don't spend all your money yet.
All right, we gotta bury nobody.
Yeah, ain't gonna be nothing like that.
Thank God. As for myself, my week's been pretty good, man. Like I said, been trying. I know you guys been checking out the other things, trying to get the stream
right
to a constant quality. So we working on that.
We have a love-hate relationship with Bro.
Right. Yeah.
I have one level on Bro.
Make sure y'all check it out on the game page, but a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Besides that, man, working on some other things. Trying to get, like I think Big Rock kind of allude to some of that. But yeah, we're trying to get some other things popping and moving, man. Y'all stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that the weather's been crazy.
Very.
So it was like 800 degrees yesterday, and now it's like, 65?
65 today if we're lucky, yeah.
So,
you can't see on the table, but we got a both y'all sweatpants.
Right, good old Oklahoma weather for you.
Right.
Yeah, man, besides that, locally, man, we got that abortion thing passed. We got the strictest abortion laws in the country.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be number one, but I really didn't want to be number one in this.
Jesus. I mean, it's like illegal to have abortion, period, now, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
I mean, you can't.
At this point, it's, life begins with fertilization.
Golly.
And if that's the case, shouldn't child support payments?
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to be like that, I might start fucking over that check.
Yeah, they sure do care about unborn babies.
Oh, yeah. We're number one in fetus in fetus care, but after that, you're only fucking on.
Yeah, but nobody want to adopt these kids, though.
Yeah, you
or
prenatal.
take care of their own kids.
Yeah, you prenatal, you're fine. You preschool, you're fucked.
Yeah, fuck that. And then let's not get on the the education here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, we're 51st in a country with 50 states.
So
luckily, we know how to count.
Yeah. Take that, the other 4.
Yeah.
That's 3. That's
right.
I'm sorry, I'm done.
Okay, one of us can count.
There we go. That's proof of education system.
Happy 50th anniversary, Millwood.
There you go. Oh man. All right, but shoot. Nobody wants to hear about how dumb I am and how bad Oklahoma is.
Right.
At least not in this episode.
Yeah, we can pepper that throughout the show.
Yeah, we'll pepper it in. Let's move on to some hot topics, man. We got to get into some bad news that happened over this week. Big mass shooting happened in Buffalo, New York, man. At a supermarket. 10 confirmed deaths?
10 confirmed. They just had the first funeral for somebody today.
I guess another thrill kill kind of situation.
Yeah. If you one of those people that are pro white supremacy or pro replacement therapy, first of all, fuck you.
Right.
Secondly, fuck you again.
Right.
Thirdly, fuck you and don't listen to our show.
So, they got any information on the killer?
He's 18 years old.
18 years old.
And I actually saw a thing where...
What's his demographic?
I like to say Yakubian, but you know,
Yakubian.
Mark Zuckerberg can't do nothing to me on Earth. So
Right.
I can say it here. He tends to.
Shout out to Elon Musk.
He tends to follow the Tucker Carlsons of the world, and
so they check his like his
yeah,
favorite on Facebook.
Yeah,
some of his comments and stuff.
And his manifesto was verbatim things Tucker Carlson said on his show. And if you don't know who he is, he basically replaced Bill O'Reilly as the number one racist on Fox News. And despite the fact that he always looks like a puppy that just saw a magic trick, he knows what he's doing when he says stuff like, you know, immigration doesn't make our country better, it makes our country weaker.
He's like a walking, talking, who's that guy from Intergang on DC Comics?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly who he is.
Yeah.
and he, you know, he likes to portray himself as this, you know, knowledgeable man of the people when, all right, I bet you, I don't even know if you knew this. Do you know what he's the heir to?
No.
The Swanson TV dinner fortune. He literally went to school in a castle.
Yeah, so he's come from money. He's a born.
Well, he married. His father married into money, basically.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like that.
But he can tell us the news.
Yeah, I mean, like, he honestly doesn't have any real political leanings anyway. He just go wherever the money is.
Or Fox doesn't.
Before Fox, it was CNN. Before CNN, it was MSNBC. So he's just wherever the money is on the political spectrum is where he'll go.
So he's good.
He's one of them. He's kind of a jackal or you know, a fucking hyena. Any kind of scavenger. Any kind of scavenger. That's what he is.
Oh, he's kind of like a Bill Maher kind of.
Yeah, good example. You know how I feel about him.
Yeah, whatever the conflict is.
Yeah, he's gonna be the other side of that.
Okay. Yeah.
And so this kid who grew up in a world where Donald Trump was president, and people like Tucker Carlson are the number one people in cable news, and the Steve Bannons and Ben Shapiro of the world have influenced his entire life, he really goes around thinking that white people will be replaced in America. You know,
like that'll ever happen.
Like that'll ever happen.
I mean, at this point.
And so he drove hours across the state to go kill black people at a grocery store.
I mean, anybody who believes that is really just worried about intermixing.
Yeah.
Which is already, I mean, everybody's already mixed. No matter what color you are. You got something else in you.
We're both black Americans, trust me.
Right, there's no
if we go back far,
anything.
If we go back far enough.
Unless you live on an island or like, you know, a tribe that yet to be civilized.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody's mixed. I mean, at this
So,
point,
you ain't got to pay for 23andMe to find that out.
At this point, you just hate the truth.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like that one dude who's like, he's like, oh, white Puritan, he took DNA test, he's like 20% black.
Yeah. He went to jump off a bridge.
Yeah, that was fun. But in his case, he was just like, and the fact he's a kid, and it was like,
I mean, people are getting brainwashed.
Yeah, earlier, and once again, just like Kyle Rittenhouse, you know, one of our nominees for first ever early award, apprehended fully on.
Oh yeah. He probably got him something. Did he get the Burger King special?
Yeah, he probably bought him food at the store. Who knows?
Got him a funnel cake.
Yeah.
Took him to the fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how that goes.
Yeah. But the thing about him driving to go to a black community to kill black people does kind of make me worried. You know, they got Homeland on Lincoln and shit.
Yeah, just
they just opened recently like, this is a fairly open carry state. Like my fucking mom shops at that store.
Right.
I'm like, oh. Like I don't want my mom to go there, but she's like, when shit like that happens, like shit can happen anywhere. So
I think I saw somebody post, of course, on Twitter. They said it's crazy. I think it said Will Smith slaps Chris Rock and then stays in the news for like 8 weeks. Man shoots 10 black people.
It's out the news cycle.
You never be able to hear about it.
Yeah, which also
something to think about. Something to think about.
Because you know we had more mass shootings that same weekend. So
yeah.
Like it happened in California too.
Did you hear about the guy in New York that was trying to stab people with a needle?
Yeah.
And I don't know what was in the needle.
But still,
But they whooped his ass. And then like it's so bad the police had to protect him.
Yeah. We say people don't look out for each other. He got stomped the fuck out.
That's called unity.
Yeah, right, shout out to New York for that.
Yeah. And with the Tim's on.
Yeah. Yeah, son.
And the Wallabies.
That his ass beat right in front of the bodega.
Man. All right, y'all. So, man, I mean, trash story, man. Hate to
rest in peace to everybody in Buffalo.
It's coming way too
often.
Yeah, way too often at this point, man. So, you know, condolences to all the families and the people affected by that. Man, did you watch the game last night?
I did.
NBA Western Conference championship. Game 2 with the
Warriors and the Mavericks.
Warriors and the Mavericks. And it was starting to look like the opposite of the last game because the Mavericks got up to a huge lead. I mean, it was almost 30 points.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Luka was looking incredible, unstoppable. I guess with the Golden State, this is the way they run offense, man. They always kind of in it because they'll wear you down.
Yeah, exactly what it is.
And I mean, besides Luka, who else was doing anything on Dallas?
Dallas, it was.
He's like doing everything.
Like, it looked like they could have used Kristaps Porzingis last night.
Man, they needed some help, man.
Now, I have a friend who's a big Mavericks fan.
Yeah.
And I like him a lot personally, but to see him suffer a little bit is fun for me.
Kind of tease your friend.
Yeah, plus he was making fun of the Bulls earlier, so, it's a little bit of revenge.
Payback time.
So it's payback time, yeah. So it's cool. So, the more he suffers, the more I cheer for Golden State.
But yeah, man, they came back in almost to the fourth, and maybe like the end of the third.
Yeah.
It's
historically, from their championship run, you kind of know the third quarter is their quarter.
Yeah.
Because once they get up in the third quarter, that's when they start to coast.
And then Green got into foul trouble real early, too, so it wasn't looking good there. But even he got a 3 at night. You see that?
Right, he took the backpack off, hit that.
Man, right. That was one. Hey, man, show me the ball.
Let me get one up.
And drug to the 3.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see that nephew.
Still got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was a pretty close game at first, and then they ran away.
Yeah. Like,
so I don't know what Dallas gonna do. Golden State looking great.
Yeah, like I know people enjoyed them 2 years that they was out of it, but I might want to start getting used to this again.
And they're not even fully loaded.
No, I mean see, Clay is back, Dre is back.
I would say Clay was looking great.
Yeah, but they haven't got Wiseman back. Kuminga's getting better. Jordan Poole clearly getting better. Like this,
they still be.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, this might be I don't want to overinflate the accomplishment. Like this might be that second half of the Bulls thing where they back again and now they even more unstoppable.
You think they're gonna get 6 games out of it?
Maybe. I mean, probably.
I'm thinking 5.
Gentleman's sweep, maybe, but I don't even want to count nobody out at home. So.
You're right, true.
So we'll find out tomorrow.
Very interesting. Tonight we have the other part, the Eastern, right?
Yeah, Game 3 of the East.
Which the Heat got destroyed by the Boston Celtics. I know D'Angelo's happy about that.
Shout out to D'Angelo.
Shout out to him.
I know somebody who's very mad that Heat lost. Probably fighting.
Shout out to he's a Celtics fan.
Yeah, she's probably fighting mad right now. Especially because her boo Jimmy Butler, he got locked down by my man Marcus Smart. So, so she's probably not happy right now.
Who you referred to?
Oh, well, our friend of the show, Kenny. His wife is she's a big Jimmy Butler fan, so she likes Heat now.
Big Jimmy fan.
And we have a feud going on because of my dislike for Jimmy.
Right. Yeah, you're not a fan.
Yeah, so he's not a fan right now.
Yeah, but it should be good. Hopefully they can come back.
At
least make it.
And I actually feel like that one will go 7.
Yeah, I think they can eat it out.
Yeah. That one might come down to health.
Let's talk about some rappers and some legal problems.
Right, because
we didn't get a chance. We missed the
last
week when it happened, but we're going to kind of
some more details
touch on it and kind of update you guys if you didn't know, you live on a rock or don't really care that much about this kind of information. But who cares? I mean, it's news.
And it's our show, so fuck it.
The Young Thug and Gunna got indicted for RICO because of the
state RICO charges.
State RICO. So feds haven't got involved.
No.
So you know the feds can get involved.
It's a rap.
It's a rap.
It's a rap. Yeah.
You can't even fight that shit. They got enough evidence. They got a 98.9
conviction rate. Your grandkids want to get
it's over with. You gotta take the deal or take the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess in this case you can't take no deal if you're supposed to be on the status of a Young Thug Gunna.
Right.
Street, certified. If so, allegedly. Sprinkle that on. Sprinkle it.
Right.
But yeah, they were saying some funny things. I hate to say funny things because I don't. I'm not a fan of. That was loud. I'm not a fan necessarily of Young Thug or Gunna's music. Besides, sometimes you hear stuff on radio.
Right.
You're not necessarily turning the station or flipping to the next song when your playlist.
Right.
But yeah, Young Thug's attorney has made a couple of funny statements. One was he called him the Jackie Robinson of hip hop.
Yeah, which was ridiculous.
A very broad statement because last time I thought Jackie Robinson was a forebearer, torch carrier.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what kind of torch
He
Young
killed
Thug.
him, yeah.
I mean, I could think of one, but I don't know if he would admit to that.
Yeah, plus we don't want to get in trouble.
And I don't want that kind of heat on me. But,
Right.
But also, he was talking about the, of course, the treatment he's been getting,
In prison, yeah.
Is he in prison or jail?
Jail.
At this point? Because he's still in, like, the Atlanta jail.
Yeah,
Right?
he's probably in APD County. So.
Yeah. Talking about how, the accommodations, how bad they
Are bad, yeah.
And, if you've been to a county jail, it's not going to be the Four Seasons or anything. I mean, you're looking at, beans maybe, or, moldy bread,
slimy bologna.
a cot,
if you're lucky.
smelly sheets,
Yeah, if you lucky.
flip flops, terrible condition. But they're saying, you're getting treated so bad, It's like, I mean, yeah, but you're getting treated like everybody else in there, so. Just because he's Young Thug doesn't mean he get.
Right, he ain't getting no club fed, right? Or club fed kind of thing.
At least not yet.
Yeah, anyway.
But I feel like the reasoning besides the fact that they named their record label, the same as their alleged gang affiliation, which is not very bright. I feel like some of the stuff that it's getting to a point now that raps are putting people in jail.
Yeah, right.
Like they're using actual records to indict people.
The self-snitching kind of thing.
Yeah, telling on yourself or making, basically building a case for yourself on wax is now becoming a thing. I mean, we always
I call it the Bobby Shmurda, but
Yeah.
Bobby Shmurda law. Yeah,
we always had the hip hop police.
yeah, that is a real thing.
It is a real thing. But now we got to where the need to be authentic,
Right. You need to keep it real.
has put a lot of young men
Behind bars.
behind bars that shouldn't be behind bars, or at least wouldn't have to worry about that if they just kept quiet about their dealings or past dealings or alleged things they might
Dummy up or change some names.
Yeah, not even smart enough to speak, change some
Speak
names,
code, yeah.
speaking code, or but I think the youth who like this kind of
Right.
entertainment, I mean, they're not. It's weird because they're not satiated unless somebody is getting beat up or shot,
Right. Like,
stabbed.
they don't want.
I mean, real life, like they
people getting hurt. In real life,
they're
yeah.
impressed by that kind of stuff. Some people, they think it's cool.
Yeah.
Like they want to. I mean, what's the point of getting out of whatever situation you are because of music or talent or whatever?
If you're still doing that,
But you're still there. You're still dealing with the same people. Not because you have, because you want.
Because you really want to be doing this stuff.
You can't take everybody with you. That's a parable that everybody should use and take to heart. Especially if you come from a bad situation like the streets,
Right.
gangs and inner city kind of situations. Man, you can't take everybody with you because some people ain't gonna be one thing. Some people can't help your situation; they're gonna hurt your situation.
Yeah.
And two, even when you try to put people on, everybody don't have the same
Drive
or work ethic,
or even a talent. Yeah.
or don't even match up. You always hear about these rappers. As soon as they get a deal, they have especially back in the early 200s,
2000.
200, early 2000. Everybody got a record deal. Then they try to put all their mans on.
Tony Ayo, for example.
Right, and they have an album or try to give it an album or a feature on a song.
Yeah,
and you
well,
realize they kind of do
The other people would never.
Right.
Yeah.
Same lunatic.
Same lunatic, yeah. Not everybody can be the Wu-Tang Clan where everybody in the crew got that.
Right. And they're not. Well, people are brought together, and then some people, all your friends, they rap geniuses.
Yeah, or even like they fuck with you because you can rap. Like that's why you put all the focus on you.
Right. That's why you're the star.
That's why you're the star.
They can't do a show by themselves. Nobody want to come see the St. Lunatic. They don't come see.
They want to see Nelly.
Yeah. St. Lunatic.
Like.
What was Ludacris group?
DTP.
DTP.
The one guy in the group that made it
was a side dude.
Was a side dude.
He was on the bottom tier.
Yeah.
Until he figured out I got to leave this alone. And actually, he wasn't necessarily like the. He probably one of the few people who weren't close to Ludacris.
No, like he knew him.
He was just he kind of
He knew him because he kind of
and Chris Level and that kind.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he was Titty Boy back then.
Yeah, one name change and
Nice 2 Chainz.
name 2 Chainz.
He's a certified star on his own.
Actually, a bigger star than Ludacris at this point.
At
this point, yeah.
I say, well,
At this point, yeah, but I mean, all time likely not.
all time now.
Nah.
But he's hotter there.
Yeah, clearly. You know. Luda's on different. They're both on different levels.
Oh, dude, Ludacris needs a rap shit.
No,
But yeah, I know what you're saying.
if he rap now, so he won't to.
He's pretty smart about it.
Yeah, shout out to Level Up.
Yeah, but man, you gotta stop it, man. I mean, if you listen to this, man, you gotta cut it out.
Right.
The streets don't love you. They ain't gonna love you back, man. You'll just be another person who got so far and then phased out.
Yeah.
And then
And think about it this way: real street niggas think rappers are soft.
they are.
Yeah.
Because they trying to be something they're not.
Right.
They're trying too hard.
I mean, there are street dudes who can rap, who can spit, and there are street dudes who become rappers, and you know they really can't rap, but you know they legit.
I just hate the fact that, I mean, I love the fact that, because rap is like the music of the inner city, the streets.
Yeah.
But I wish we can kind of just leave that alone and just like, it's music at the end of the day.
It's
You
entertainment.
you don't see the country artists getting into fights or shooting up the CMT wars.
I probably watch more often.
That'd be kind of cool. I mean,
Get dog in the box.
you don't hear nobody with Latin Grammys getting into a fight and nothing like that, but something about Negroes and rap music, they gotta be the hardest and
Right, like, you never will see like Barry Gordy and Leonard Chess getting in a fight.
Right, it might happen, but you won't hear
We
it.
want to hear about it, yeah. And it'd be years after they both dead. So.
Don't get me wrong, other artists have like conflict with each other, but it's never it's never part of the image, I'm pretty sure there's artists that don't like other artists in all genres of music. Even probably jazz or classical music or opera.
Bert, Charlie Parker and Coltrane weren't friends, so yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, but at the same time, it's never part, it's something that's just known behind the scenes.
Right.
It's never like,
your public persona is that how you don't like somebody.
we're so thirsty for like the juice when it comes to like people hating each other, beefing with each other, fighting.
Right.
Did something just happened to Freddie Gibbs?
Yeah, which is
in Buffalo.
Which is funny to me because
At a supermarket, I think, or a restaurant.
Which is funny because just a year ago, Benny and Freddie were cool.
You think that has something to do with that?
I don't know if he personally did.
Or just because he's from our city and you're here and we know y'all.
Yeah.
That's usually how it is.
Yeah, because I was a little shocked that they had a falling out because I was, as you know, I'm a big fan of both of them.
Right,
so to see they falling out.
Well, your top five.
Yeah, I was like, that joint project I was hoping for ain't gonna happen.
No.
At least not right now. And then Gibbs being super petty about shit.
Yeah.
He was like, shout out to my niggas in Houston. Which is a fucked up reference because
when he got shot.
That's pretty much that's what set it off.
He might got the green light from that.
Yeah,
allegedly.
But what was crazy about it? Freddie got jumped. It was like 1-on-20.
Yeah, I saw the clip.
And he held his own.
And then I guess they try to say guys jury and show like I didn't get it. But
yeah.
That's weird. Like, when you get jealous rapper, the main trophy is somebody taking
your chain.
the taking of the chain.
So he did a show with a swole up eye.
Yeah. But I mean,
I don't know if Benny
took it in stride. Seemed like.
I don't know if Montana did that or if Benny sent that himself or because I feel like if he did it, he might show up personally. Seems kind of personally.
I hope he's not dumb enough to do that.
Nah, hopefully neither one of them. I mean,
well, you saw when Meek Mill pulled up on Safari. He was just stepped out the car and set the goons on.
Yeah.
Which he never got in trouble for. I'm guessing at least Safari was gangster enough not to press charges.
Yeah, which is also cool.
Which, so he's more man than most people. A lot of people
yeah.
go to court.
Especially that junker.
Especially a rich person.
Especially that junker in Meek's career, he was kind of retarded.
Yeah.
So,
he was taking L's back then.
Yeah. So, like, hopefully, they can squash the shit and, work together again, like on some Ice Cube, Cypress Hill shit.
Yeah, and hopefully rappers stop doing RICO stuff
after
they get famous.
Yeah. There we go. You literally making legal money now. You ain't gotta do this shit no more.
That's the new rules.
Right.
Once you make it, cut everything else.
Yeah,
cut everybody off who still do it.
Yeah. Everybody want to be clips.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't trying to say no allegations, but there was some pretty strong evidence that once the rap checks slowed down for a little bit, they went back to their old job. So between albums, that's how they kept their lifestyle going. But if you ain't got to do that, why are you trying to do that?
I don't know. That'd be crazy if somebody was doing it. You know what? I guess we're saying too much on the rap thing, but remember because a lot of these rappers, what they do is, I think, allegedly, when they get off and they get these private planes and all this private, I think they smuggle shit.
Yeah.
And they get paid for that. Remember, Nelly got caught with all that shit on this tour bus.
Yeah, tragic shit that happened with Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD, and then I think then they buying like some shit, and Lil Wayne had some.
Yeah.
I think there's a little some
side
deal. They put the shit in suitcases and like they know they gonna check these big stars.
They
Maybe
they can get through the airport faster.
Is that snitching? Are we snitching right now?
I mean, we ain't involved, so it's not really snitching.
Okay, well, we just think of alleged something that might be happening. We don't know this shit.
But once again,
allegedly.
in your imagination, she allegedly falling under.
We just have common sense. I'm sorry. It's not. I mean, we just thinking stuff that probably makes a lot of sense.
We don't talk about our own activities on this show.
Right. We don't have an activity.
Yeah.
Right. You know.
Right.
Make sure we can camera you did. You said that.
You know who I'm pointing at.
Yeah. All right. What else got going on, man? And more indictments and court news. I don't know if you grew up by the time me and Rob grew up. The biggest show back when we were kids was a show called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You know, it's like kung fu teenagers with
like
giant robots,
like
dinosaurs fighting giant monsters.
Ninja Turtles meets Gotcha Man meets Godzilla.
All live action too.
Yeah, like high tech on an unbelievably low budget.
Right, it seems like the OG Power Rangers.
Yeah.
The first one that came out, everybody knows, you know, the Red Ranger, the Red Ranger, Black Ranger, Yellow Ranger, Blue Ranger,
Pink Ranger,
and the Pink Rangers. And they know the names. So when the COVID thing hit and a lot of business started, having trouble staying afloat, and like I said, Rob was the expert at this. One of the things the government did, they introduced the PPP loans to help, business get started and keep other business afloat. And these loans were getting passed out very frequently, very easy to get. And for the most part, you were getting about at least 20 G's and up. Yeah, depending on the business and
don't forget what's going on last summer.
Right.
A lot of new cars are coming out. A lot of new cars are hitting the streets.
So a lot of
after tax season.
So a lot of people were using this to scam and opening business with no
actual business,
no actual interest, actually running a business, saying they have a business, but they get the loan. And people forgot the last part of that was loan.
Loan, exactly.
This is something you got to pay back with interest, probably. So back to the Power Rangers thing. One of the original Power Rangers, a Mr. Austin St. John, the Red Ranger, Jason, if you watch the show.
In my personal opinion, the greatest Power Ranger of all.
Big Rob's favorite.
Exactly.
He has landed in some hot water over some PPP loan fraudulent activity.
One of 47 people.
Yeah, it's a big ring. I didn't say ring because I'm saying that everybody's automatically guilty, but all these parties are associated with each other, I guess, in some way. I'm not sure if somebody, had the master plan or whatever,
right.
But allegedly a lot of these individuals use the program to start businesses or keep their businesses afloat, but the money
was being funneled to them.
Being funneled to different places, and a lot of funny business was happening, I guess, according to the district attorney on this case. So if charged, the Red Ranger, Mr. St. John, is facing
20,
at least 20 years.
I don't think Zordon can get
or
him out
up
of
to
this
20 years.
I don't think Zordon can get him out of this one.
In federal prison. Him and the other 46
co-conspirators.
Well, other 46 people indicted in this case are looking at a lot of time. And the worst thing about being indicted, I've never been indicted. I'm just gonna make an educated guess here. But the worst thing about 47 people, only one person has to talk.
Right.
They say if no one talks, everybody walks. But I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna roll over somebody in this case to get a shorter sentence. So hopefully he has all his information on the up and up, or he's gonna be looking at a sale for the next 20
years. Yeah. Hopefully we'll communicate.
20 years.
Let's just communicate where you can teleport on out of there.
That's sort of I can beat him out of there.
Yeah.
He call Alpha 5. Yeah. Or he call the Megazord. Yeah. Break bust him out. But yeah, man, it's kind of bad news. Especially, like, I guess Bigrob be bad news. He's one of his favorite Power Rangers.
Yeah, he was my favorite
actors.
Yeah. And he actually, the thing that's funny about it is his actual business, which was the thing, was that he sold like Power Rangers merchandise. Like he had like one of those, I wouldn't say like an Etsy store, but it was like his website. He would like autograph certain shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, can you sign my Red Ranger helmet? Like, hey, here you go. Shit to you and shit.
So I guess that must have slowed up.
That must have slowed up during COVID, even though
COVID
I figured the stimulus checks would probably added some stuff. I never bought anything off of there, but I saw some of the prices. I was like, ew.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of choices for somebody who's been typecast in a certain
Right. You mean you the Red Ranger for life?
Yeah, for a certain role.
Right. I mean, like certain other members of that show,
iconic role, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Like certain other members of that cast and people in that role kind of just have been living off of that for the past 28 years.
Right.
I ain't gonna say no names, point no fingers, Jason David Frank, but other people that kind of have to move on with their lives, and in his case, he's like, you know what? Why not just try to profit off this? Because he always go to all the Power Ranger cons and shit. And he's a big man on campus and shit.
I mean, there's a lot of money in doing those little tours and stuff.
Nostalgia's a big business,
especially like like I said. I'm pretty sure he probably had to find a regular job before after Power Rangers went.
He left because he wasn't getting paid enough.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the contract they were making millions of dollars an episode.
We might get paid more doing this than they probably get paid for that.
So he had to make a way somehow.
Right.
Desperate times.
Right.
Call for desperate measures. And you do desperate things when you got your back between the walls. So hopefully.
And I know we're supposed to be guilty to prove innocent to prove guilty.
We are.
We are. Hopefully, in his case, in this
scheme, we are.
Hopefully he's able to prove his innocence, and he isn't, and his life isn't ruined. He ain't got to go to jail.
At least he goes to a nice jail,
or at least a nice jail.
Club Fed, like you mentioned before.
Right.
Something nice.
Right, because you never know when Lord Zed is going to attack, and we need the Power Rangers to save him. Especially in the world we live in now, that shit might actually happen.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that works out.
Yeah,
we will keep you
posted on anything. Yeah. That was a big story when it dropped. Really?
All right, so we're gonna move on to what I like to call in news that will make my wife upset. Famous influencer chef, Mr. Chef Darius Cooks Williams has landed himself in some hot water. Cooking pun. It seems that Mr. Williams has got into trouble with the Better Business Bureau because there have been a series of complaints about his products and his, I guess it would be his promotions, and I believe he sells tickets to live cooking events.
He's like a cooking rock star.
Yeah, basically. I mean, he's really popular on Facebook and social media, and he basically does little short reels of him cooking and preparing different meals, and he does lives, and he also has product. So he sells I believe like cooking pans and skillets and stuff like that. But the issue has come to light, at least from the complaints from people who have ordered his product or tried to see him live, is that they're ordering and they're not getting their stuff. Or they're ordering tickets to see him and then they never get their tickets. So Mr. Cooks has been taken to task by the Better Business Bureau. And they're stating that they have given his business, which is another thing we're going to speak on, his business a F rating. But it gets a little deeper than that because according to
somebody who's got some F ratings before, it's not good. It's not fun.
It's never fun. According to documentation, his business has actually been in forfeit for a while.
Really?
Because
so at this point he's kind of like those. First of all, shout out to my man Donnell, who's actually legitimately doing this.
Right.
Those people who sell like those C-mall scammers.
Well, I wouldn't say that because when you start a business or LLC in this case, you have to there's annual costs and there's annual things you have to do to keep your business in good standing. And I believe Mr. Williams had with the business in question or another business he had. It's hard to say sometimes because sometimes they put two and two together.
Yeah.
But one of these businesses went into default, so to speak, because he wasn't doing his due diligence, so to speak, to keep everything on the up and up. And now they're saying that the business in question, or seemingly in question, is not even a business anymore because it's went into, not forfeiture, but it's not technically a business anymore because basically like his license has expired.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure another business talk way to say that, but I don't know that yet. But a lot of people are complaining that they're not getting their stuff, or they never got their ticket to go see him live, which is, from what I heard, those tickets are fairly expensive to go see. I think because my wife is a fan, not to blow her up, but she is a big fan of Darius.
That's blow up the spot.
And I like watching his live. He's very funny. He'll be cooking and then talking and having a little cocktail. It's very entertaining. But this hasn't been the first time people have been saying, of course people get on your live when you're famous and say stuff in comments like fraud or he's a scammer and stuff like that.
So
it's been boiling,
boiling for a while. It's like
another cooking pun.
Yeah, is it like the EDP thing?
I guess kind of, yeah.
Yeah, where like they would say shit about the guy was blocking him.
And I don't think that. I don't know.
Not to say what he did.
His group was like he's just like blocking everybody that says something negative.
Not even say what he did is as bad as what EDP did. That's all.
He didn't make a shirt saying scammer, but they making fun of
scammer.
And, he swore up and down that people were getting their stuff, or or it was their fault, or this thing. It's not really on him,
right?
But I think it's a shame that this is happening to him. But hopefully, it comes to show because it's like what we do.
Yeah.
When you start off with something like this, like a podcast or,
YouTube channel or something like that.
Or you got a YouTube page and you start making these reels or videos or, just start making content and you start getting popular, you might not necessarily know how business goes or, what are the steps to protect yourself or, your product or your business.
One of the many things they don't do.
Because when you start doing that, guess what? You're now a business. You might even not even know that, but you are a business. Especially when you start doing things like monetizing and, people start giving you money for your time or just to watch you or, tip you or whatever you want to call it. You start becoming a business because the tax man gets involved. And the tax man wants his cut and they want to make sure everything right. They want to make sure everything's legal and, they can be able to see what you made and how much you owe them. That's basically what it's about. But when you start getting this kind of popularity and then you start being able to monetize what you do is you have all these different hurdles you gotta jump over now. Because you gotta worry about one, protecting yourself from slander or getting sued. So that's why limit liability company stands for. So people can't just sue you willy-nilly. It's all about protecting yourself. If anybody can sue you for anything if they want to, if they got enough money to take to court. We'll file the paperwork. And then you don't know. You just been making these videos or these reels and you just see them becoming popular. But now you got to worry about, okay, well, you have a product. People start saying your product's not good or your product's doing this and that. So you run into a lot of different issues when you get this, I hate to say, overnight fame, but
that's rare.
Nothing ever overnight.
Trust me.
But people don't. There's no education for it if you don't look for it. So you don't know how to protect yourself or your pocketbook. From people who got real scammers just sue you for suing you just because.
Yeah, frivolous lawsuits are
frivolous. Yes. So hopefully this is like the case with Mr. Williams that he didn't cross all his T's and dot his I's when this fame jumped on him. And now he's kind of suffering the consequences of not keeping the right people around him, man, because you had to have a team.
Right.
Even with small business, you got to at least have somebody knowledgeable, somebody who knows the ins and outs and how to do this, how to do that. But everybody doesn't do that. They get famous and then they just, they send everything to the Cash App, and then next thing you know, IRS looks at that like, hey, say you made
this much
$45,000.
We need 28.
How much tax you pay on that?
Yeah.
What? Okay, so we're gonna need about 55% of that, and then we're gonna get your deadline. We get your penalties. Do. Next thing you know, already spending $45,000 whatever. Now you're in debt. Now you're really trying to build up your
To everybody's least favorite uncle.
right. You're really trying to build up your product and sales. Now you're extra charge people because you're trying to catch it back up. So I mean, it's a lot of things.
It's a vicious cycle.
It is. So I mean, once you start the process of like putting your stuff up here, man, you really gotta be on something or have somebody you can talk to and say, hey man, how do I protect myself? How do I keep myself out of the liens with the IRS? So man, it's a whole thing you have to know. There's education about it, but you know, everybody don't know that, and everybody ain't good with money. That too. So in this case, I'm not sure how this is going to affect Mr. Williams moving forward, but
Hopefully, we can get past it.
I don't know what you do if you got an F with the Better Business Bureau. How does that work?
You gotta go to summer school. Like I don't understand what it is.
How you build your grade?
How you
back
build your
up?
credit back
Right,
up?
right.
Yeah. They teach us. They not teach us that in high school.
I mean, it is a governing body.
Body, right.
And also, let me also add that Mr. Williams has gone on record and said all these allegations are untrue. So,
Right.
and like I said, it's not like he went to court. It's just basically like Better Business is an independent organization that kind of, a lot of consumers look at that. So, hopefully he'll be able to clear his name or, you know, fix that and moving on. And then hopefully my wife can watch her videos or whatever.
Guilt free.
Guilt free, exactly. Moving on, kind of weird. Well, I won't say weird, but
It works for us.
yeah, we know we love weird here on the show. But in some, it's trade news, but it's not it's not WNBA trade news. So what are we talking about? WNBA star Brittany Griner, as we've already talked about before.
The other Free Britney movement.
Right, the Free Britney movement is still in Russia, and they are working on trying to get her extradited, making sure that she's getting humane treatment, all this. So, according to Yahoo News, there is a alleged deal on the table, and the deal is that the U.S. will give the Russian government. What's the killer's name? Russian killer, allegedly.
I want to say Krefko.
Krefko, and they made a movie about it.
Yeah. I hit the Google machine.
Right. So he was I want to say he's a hitman or something like that, who was still a Russian citizen at the time. And the deal is, I guess they'll trade off him for Brittany Griner. I guess it'd be a deal between the U.S. So who does he? Is it the U.S. Department of Homeland Security?
I would say Homeland Security.
So basically, we'll take our NBA star who just got in trouble for having marijuana, and we'll trade him off for this convicted killer that we've been, it was serving life here in the U.S. So it's almost like some James Bond kind of shit.
Yeah, some espionage kind of
espionage, like, hey, well, we'll trade you him for her. And I don't know if do they want him to put him in jail, or are they gonna let him be free there because it happened in a different, a different country? I mean, how does that work? Is Russia a
expediting nation? Yeah.
Expediting nation? Like, how does that work? But allegedly, this deal is in play. That, hey, we'll take him and you take her, and then we'll call it even Stevens.
Yeah, and also you have to look the other way while we're still in Ukraine.
And let me play devil's advocate real quick, because I know a lot of people are upset that why are people why do people care that Brittany Griner is a prisoner in a different country when she according to them she shitted on the United States?
It's the dude he's the guy who the movie Lord of War was based upon.
Okay, so he's an arms dealer?
Yeah, the arms dealer that Nicolas Cage played in Lord of War.
Okay, so Russia wants him back to, because they want to put him in jail?
Yeah, he's a convicted arms dealer, Victor Bout.
So, is he in prison here in America?
Yes.
And Russia wants him
to
be in prison there?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I mean, he did the same thing over there he did over there, so I don't see the problem with doing that. But like I was saying, the bad part about it, and like I said, play devil's advocate, people are upset because it's like, why are we, they're upset because to them, Brittany Griner is anti-American because she told people to take the knee and do all that.
Right.
Of course, we know how that goes and what she meant by that. But people are saying, well, I bet she's not going to say nothing about America now because now she's in a Russian prison. Which I can kind of understand because, you still, when you're there, you kind of need your government to get you out.
Right.
If you really want to leave the situation you are in. So it's kind of it's a weird predicament. Like,
ironically, we were talking about earlier, something similar happened to Freddie Gibbs.
yeah. So if you do, if the deal does go through, and America, are you going to be super pro-America now?
She's going to be America.
Right. Are you going to change? Are you going to switch it all the way up? Because you got in a bad situation that only the nation that you're upset at could bail you out, and they
But at the
did.
same time, kind of the job of America to do things like that.
Right. Because you're a citizen, right?
You're a citizen, yeah.
And you're in another country that it's constituted. America protects its citizens, right? No matter what they say.
Right. So, and again,
And
talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech and the right to criticize the government is one of those freedoms.
Right. It's in the Constitution.
Yeah.
They got a right. It's in the Constitution that you can go. Well, they will do. Go play the Capitol if you feel that way.
Yeah, they felt brave enough to do that.
Right.
They were quite critical of the government that day, weren't they?
So can you be mad at Brittany Griner and not be mad at them?
Right.
Or give them forgiveness? Or say they don't deserve to go to jail?
How wide is your net?
Right.
How wide is your acceptability net?
That helps people like, well, yeah, she should have did this because
Yeah.
now she needs us. But what about them people? You support them, and they did that.
You shouldn't have tried to go hand
But you said they tried to
overthrow the country.
Yeah.
Right. She criticized the government.
Terrorism. Act terrorism.
She criticized her government
with her mouth.
They tried to hang the vice president.
Right. And they broke into the Capitol.
Like they tried to do some handmade stuff.
So you really can,
Yeah. So it's
before you say one thing worse than the other.
Right.
There's a big difference of saying something and standing on it and doing what those people do. So there's something to think about.
Yeah. So that's a very good point.
That's just kind of me, getting them people in there, putting them people
in
their
place.
You know what I'm saying? In other news, the people in jail.
There seems to be a lot of news about that.
A lot of incarcerations or people in court.
Right.
Shout out to Johnny Depp. Which is, man, have you seen the snippets from that trial?
I try not to pay attention to it, but it come across and it's just
is it Heard? What's that?
Amber Heard.
Amber Heard's allegedly doing coke, snorting coke,
taking a bump on stand. Oh, yeah.
Woo! And we have prosecution throwing shade on her. Hilariously. Now, I think that was kind of staged, but you see the joke they did with Jason Momoa? They had him called in, hey, Amber. Hey, Jason. That's pretty funny. And then everyone was kind of laughing. It's a real shit show.
Two terrible people just throwing shade on each other in the state of California.
He's watching the court case of unarmed black men getting killed. I watch Amber Heard and Johnny Depp go at it all day and laugh.
Famous white trash going at each other.
Right, black people problem.
Right.
Shout out to all our white fans, we love you. But anyway, moving on to more justice news. Isaiah Lee, if you don't know the name, that is the man who jumped the stage during Dave Chappelle's comedy festival.
Yeah, basically, if you don't know him, you know how his arm looks like this now.
Right, you might have seen the memes, or the guy who got beat up, or you maybe seen the video of him getting the boots put to him by a bunch of, allegedly getting the boots put to him by a couple of famous people. But he's back in the news because aside from the charges he's facing for his actions that night at the comedy festival, he's also on charges for attempted murder for stabbing his roommate.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that happened before, or did it happen after the fact?
It is Michael Myers.
I would feel he'd probably been in jail this whole time.
Yeah.
So he was probably looking at charges before, or maybe he's out on bail. And then decided he didn't like what Dave was talking about that night. Which is kind of crazy. Excuse me. It was kind of crazy because, he had enough time or enough money to get tickets. I'm pretty sure tickets wasn't cheap.
They weren't cheap, no.
To go see that festival. I mean, they had a lot of
acts.
big names in comedy there. A lot of huge stars.
Right.
So, I mean, would you really pay
that much money?
I'm just taking a guess, $300 plus to go jump the stage and get
the shit kicked out?
Get your arm torn out of the socket. I guess so. And also now you have to worry about these alleged murder charges. So he dodged one bullet, maybe.
To get caught by another one.
He gets shot in the head and gets shot in the back of the head.
And then gets shot down by Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Booyah! Woo-ha! Got you all in check. I got that head knocked up in that old brick.
Da-da-da.
What was that? I was showing they stopped that dude so much. He was like, what the?
That's what don't be a minute. Stopping you all flat and shit. I'm gonna peel you the cap back, bro. It's like doing hopscotch shit around.
And he was in the car with the gun. Let's go get him.
I need to watch that again.
Oh man. What we saw was a fantastical ass beating. Oh man, that's funny. So yeah, man, don't jump on stage. I also saw it come. I look at stage, but I saw another video of a dude doing comedy in Detroit. You seen that one, the big guy?
Yeah.
And he was telling a joke, and some dude in the crowd said something like how bad his joke was, and then he said he put my mom to sleep, my grandma to sleep. He said, "How long she been dead?" He said something like, "Oh, my mama get on stage and slap her." He said, "You can try, but this is Detroit, cuz." And then he jumped on stage.
And shit kicked the head. Put it down on him.
He was like, ah. And he got out there. But look at stage. He was almost too smooth with it.
Right.
Almost like it was rehearsed, but that's still funny, man. Don't jump on those stage.
Yeah, you don't know these people.
You don't know what they got. But it would be Detroit.
Shout out to D-Town.
D-Town, stay down. They don't play no game. All right, yeah. Let's move on to some happier news.
Yes, much happier.
That good old fashioned, good old love, good old everybody favorite segment. Nerd Homies United, man. We up in here. We gotta talk about what's going on in the world of the MCU because let's be honest, that's basically kind of what we talk about, at least until I guess The Boys season 2 starts. Or
right, DC finally get their head out their ass.
Or I guess what's the next thing? What's next on the DC?
Black Adam.
Yeah, as soon as that comes out, I guess that's probably the next big thing.
Right.
Can't wait for it, but we don't got the one kind of sneak peek of that. We ain't got a real trailer yet.
And the DC's, they taking the number one Hollywood formula. When all else fails, cast The Rock.
Yep. And we got Batman. We got Batman.
Batman never fails, so you can't worry about
that. How many Batman movies we've had. Anyway, we finally got a She-Hulk trailer for the Disney Plus series. We get to see the actor playing Betty Carter. What's her name?
Jennifer Walters.
Jennifer Walters. Betty Carter is
Betty Carter's somebody you just made up.
Yeah.
Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter is what I'm thinking about. I put Betty Crocker and then
Betty Crocker, Betty White, Betty Carter,
Betty
Bundy. You just put them all together.
Ed Bundy, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we finally got to see Jennifer Walters as Jennifer Walters, and we got to see her as She-Hulk. And then we got to see a little bit of
The Hulk.
And
Abomination.
And Abomination. And Norton. Who the guy play Abomination? He was in there too.
Tim Roth.
And Norton was the first one. The second one. Sorry, second.
He's in the first MCU role.
Yeah, he's first. That's what I'm thinking. So we got to see that. What'd you get from that?
I mean, it wasn't a lot. I mean, plot scene, we don't really see a lot of plot. I think there might be a difference because, in the comics, she's She-Hulk all the time. Yeah. Because, she got his blood transfused. So maybe there's a new angle, or maybe at some point in the snap or whatever, he gave her a blood transfusion, and now she can kind of turn into She-Hulk at a whim.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to get how it happened as something currently happened or something that happened back, like during flashback.
Yeah.
And we kind of see there's some kind of research place where he's trying to turn her into trying to get the Hulk out. Yeah, trying to show her how to use the powers. Right. It look like, and was it a blood transfusion this time or something else?
Right.
And we're getting a lot of plot. We do get a lot of kind of.
But it was definitely more of a teaser, so it was
kind of how Jennifer was before,
right?
Like kind of being kind of mousy, yeah. and then being empowered when she becomes She-Hulk kind of thing, which is cool.
Which is especially in the time we live in, which is all we're all for female empowerment.
Right. I think we're getting a lot of how modern woman, the character of Jennifer is.
Which is definitely a good thing.
You see her dating, which was kind of cool.
Right.
And you guys are
You
taking
want to put some fries?
Yeah. So this is cool.
And she's like she was carrying the dude.
Yeah, at the end, so that's just the pro-sexuality thing.
Yeah, which is we both know, there's probably a very strong community for.
Oh yeah.
Because Amazon's be loved too.
All right, and I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of niche kind of people excited,
super excited to see that.
Seeing some love scenes with She-Hulk.
We both have a guy in mind.
Yeah, I can think of a few.
But I think a few people
love the idea of that.
Right.
But
freaks.
Well, yeah. Okay,
we're pro freak though. Don't feel bad.
Yeah. Whatever your kink is.
Yeah.
As long as
we don't kink shame here.
Yeah, no kink shame. The only thing I didn't like was when he saw both Hulks on the screen, or even just Jennifer or She-Hulk. I was getting that first Hulk, the movie,
Ang
Lee Hulk color vibe, because it really didn't match the green they use makes it look so CGI.
Right. Like you're looking at a CGI character.
I mean, I know you got to do to get the character the way you need to get it. You have to use CGI, but it really looked dead faced to me and the green didn't look like a natural green. I had to say because they didn't have natural green skin, but unless they have a cancer issue, but it didn't show off well in the trailer. Now it's just a little critique, but it did look kind of to me. I got big Shrek vibes from him.
With that said, maybe the CGI hasn't finished yet, and they just had to get some material out. Because this is a long time ago. You probably remember this. Remember the first teaser for Iron Man?
A little bit.
And but the CGI really wasn't done, so it kind of looked like cartoon characters.
Well, remember how Thanos looked at first?
Right, he looked exactly like the comic should.
And how bad the color was and everything.
Like he was too purple.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll tweak it a little bit.
Right. I mean, but by the time that's probably put together, and by now they probably fixed some issues. So
right. And I mean, is it a deal breaker? No.
Or it could be like a Sonic the Hedgehog thing where we see it, hate it, and they have to go back and fix it.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be enough like, hey, fix it before it comes out.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't bankrupt or something like that.
Well, it is Disney.
Well, not bankrupt, but put too much money and then they don't want to do another one. This is super uber popular.
Right.
Because money is money. CGI ain't cheap.
CGI's not known.
But a little bit. But it does look fun. And like I said, I mean, there hasn't, besides, for me, WandaVision, there hasn't been any DC or Marvel spin-off shows that I didn't like. I didn't say I didn't like it. It was just boring.
Right, yeah. I can pick it up.
Very slow.
He picked up later.
Well, this one kind of works out. And we're just coming off Moon Knight.
Right.
Which I thought was pretty good. Decent show. So hopefully we'll keep the ball rolling. I mean, you gotta appreciate what you get. We're finally getting She-Hulk, so
right. It's not like China or Brigitte Nielsen painting green.
Right. And it's not
RP China about
big screen, not for the big screen or anything. So you take what you get. And there's room for improvement. And also, with this other news from the Marvel Disney Plus world is what was it? The renewing?
As you know, it's been a few months. That we got, as the shows on Netflix got phased out.
Right.
Eventually they got moved to Disney Plus.
Right.
And with that,
Punisher, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist,
or White Shang-Chi.
Right.
And when Hawkeye dropped, the Kingpin was the big reveal. Obviously the big Matt Murdock cameo in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They were played by Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Kaufman. Same characters. And so earlier this week, Feige had also said if they redo Daredevil, Charlie Cox will still play the role.
Yes.
So that confirmed it in Spider-Man. So earlier this week they said the Daredevil will get a new series on Disney Plus, but it won't be a reboot or like a twist in the canon. It'll just be a fourth season of the show that was on Netflix.
Awesome.
So it'll still get a continuation of that story.
Hopefully, but now they're in the same world.
Yeah.
It's
more of a canonized world. Yeah.
Right, and it's not. Well, I would say ambiguous, but it was. you know for sure they're
Yeah, I mean, there were references.
There were references, yeah.
In Daredevil, yeah.
But they couldn't like show anything.
Right, like Daredevil couldn't just be on top of the building, Spider-Man swing by.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know for sure they're
they all exist. Yeah.
They're existing in the same.
Yeah. They're not in their own little pocket corner. Yeah.
Right. I guess we had to say multiverse.
Yeah.
Same universe.
Yeah. No, and so season 4, which the way Daredevil season 3 ended, kind of left room for another four seasons. So.
Now
Yeah, you'd have to rewatch it. But, you know, 'cause they brought in Bullseye, and then Fisk found out who Daredevil really was.
Yeah. And they had a big fight.
Yeah.
They both beat the crap out of each other. I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get Kingpin back.
Right.
And we'll find out if he's dead or not.
If he's dead or not. But then that Echo show will probably tell us that too. So Daredevil will probably end up in that.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Now.
Also, Sony side note, earlier this week too, there was like, I guess Kristen Ritter and Mike Coulter they were singing together. And they're like, they get like the Luke Cage, Jessica Jones like reunion vibes going. Maybe they might bring them back too.
That's what I was gonna say. Hopefully this will be jumpstarting
the entire section. Yeah.
At least let me get Luke Cage and
Jessica Jones.
Definitely
Punisher.
And Punisher. Because I mean that guy. He played the hell out of it.
Yeah. John Barenthal.
Yeah, Barenthal.
So again, we like Iron Fist. I don't know how they else felt about it.
Yeah. I don't know if he's. I'm pretty sure he won't get another show, but maybe like a cameo.
Yeah, maybe the character will stay around, but he won't have a show.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we both talked about we wouldn't be too upset about a Hero for Hire show.
Yeah, that would be dope for that. Cause they had that one episode.
We got to put them together. Yeah. That was cool. You got that vibe.
What was it? Sisters of the Dragon with Misty and Colleen.
Yeah.
Get out of the miniseries.
Yeah, Misty Knight.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I want to play Misty Knight.
Simone Misty.
Man, she's fine. I had her crush on her when I first saw her. And then, Luke, she got a little thing with Luke too.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. And then that last season, Luke Cage was awesome.
Bushmaster?
I should have kept, who was the one before Bushmaster?
Cottonmouth.
You should have kept Cottonmouth. I like Cottonmouth more than I like Bushmaster.
Yeah. Cottonmouth was dope.
You should have kept him alive at least. If he wasn't going to be the villain for the whole.
Yeah. But then he back anyway, so.
Yep, the guy was playing.
He played,
yeah. So, yeah, that's true too. So, he's back.
I know they expect us just not to act like they're not the same person.
Right, they don't, yeah. And we haven't seen anything about Blade, so hopefully
we've heard them, we haven't seen them. So.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a sneak peek of that.
You ready for that, Mr. Whitman?
Hey man, have you seen Morbius?
No.
You're not missing.
I saw the post-credit scene, and that's all I need to know.
And that wasn't even anything either.
And how does the movie even explain that?
It showed him show up.
How does he even know who the hell Spider-Man is?
Yeah, so I guess he's part of the Sony universe?
Yeah. Okay. And the way Venom is.
Yeah. But do we really want another Vulture thing? I mean, what the heck?
I think they're going to do Sinister 6, maybe. But that point, you got to have Holland for that. So.
Right, but he's Marvel anyway.
Yeah, so it
doesn't make
it's confusing.
It doesn't make any sense. If you're not going to bring everybody to the same universe.
Right.
So what about is there going to be a different Spider-Man?
Right, what's this Craven the Hunter movie going to be?
Are they going to do that?
I think it's filming.
Really?
Yeah, but the dude actually was Quicksilver.
He's crazy?
Yeah, so kick ass, basically. So they're actually filming that now.
The one in the X-Men?
No, not him, the one that was...
In the Marvel?
The one that was MCU Quicksilver.
That was kick ass?
Yeah.
Man, he looked different. You're right, he wasn't.
Yeah. Aaron Taylor Johnson is his name,
I guess it's a superhero did it, I guess. Anyway, but yeah, I guess, does he need his own movie now?
Craven the Hunter? I don't see why.
Why
couldn't he just been a Spider-Man villain?
I mean, we could have used somebody better than that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do Craven's Last Hunt, you got to have him fight Spider-Man a couple times before it makes sense.
You saw how Morbius did.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I mean, something to look forward to, I guess, we'll see. Let's move on to WWE news, man. Everybody's talking about it, of course.
Big story this week.
Big story this week was Sasha Banks and Naomi walking out on Raw.
Right.
Before the show started. Now, you got to kind of... this is what I think it was. Maybe you can correct me.
Oh, sure, no problem. I have no problem correcting.
I think the problem was that they were supposed to do the job on Raw.
Actually,
Are they supposed to be put in a title?
Apparently the finish was supposed to be Naomi was supposed to win, but she wins by pinning Sasha.
Okay, so there's going to be a match with them two and
It was like a 6-pack challenge. So them two, Asuka, Becky, Doudrop, and Nikki. I still say Nikki Cross.
for
And the winner become number one contender for Bianca.
okay.
So Naomi was supposed to win that. And Sasha was supposed to win the SmackDown version and be the number one contender to Ronda. But apparently Sasha and Naomi's issue was, okay, what the hell does that mean for us as tag team champions?
Okay.
Like we still don't have anything to do. We've had these championships for like a month and a half.
We haven't really done
He
it.
promised us we were gonna have these feuds and all this stuff, but we haven't done
So
it.
we want to have some match.
Yeah. And why would one tag team champion pin the other tag team champion, but nothing happened, nothing ever comes of that?
All right, that'll make us enemies, wouldn't it?
Right, wouldn't we have a feud after that and we're champions?
Yeah.
And apparently they met with Vince.
I heard about that.
And Vince was like, we understand that. That's like 2 o'clock. 6 o'clock, show's on an hour and a half. All right, we decided we're going to go with the finish we already had. Like, but we already talked to Vince. Yeah, whatever.
But we want to keep the same.
We want to keep the same thing.
And they were like, nah.
And then apparently they also asked, okay, why are Doudrop and Nikki in this match? Aren't they supposed to have a feud? Like, what does that do for them? What does this do for us? What does this do for Asuka and Becky?
Why does it not make sense?
Why are you just putting us together in a match? Why none of this making sense?
It's not cohesive.
And then apparently somebody, we don't know who, but if you know anything about WWE backstage, you probably have an idea that you two need to work on your attitude and you should, you're ungrateful. And so they went into People Power all night to John Larry Giants' office.
Larry Giants.
Yeah, so they had their bags and said, you all hold that to that belt for us, we go home.
Yeah, we did.
And so, in very CM Punk after the Royal Rumble, also in 2002 fashion, WWE decided to bury them as quickly as possible on television to make them look like bad guys.
So tell me, how did Barry, what did it?
On Monday, they released a statement that was poorly worded, which makes me think, okay, this was hastily done, and they probably didn't proofread it, and Vince likely wrote this himself, because it comes across as like some shit Vince would say.
Yeah. And
then they had Corey Graves burying more commentary. And as the week has gone on, it's more like they took their names off the website. You can't buy their merch no more. And then last time on SmackDown, they had last time on SmackDown, they had Michael Cole do they were very unprofessional. They let down millions of people in the WWE universe. They've been suspended indefinitely and stripped of the tag team titles. And the funny thing about that is, who's his partner?
Who?
He's Pat McAfee. And he didn't say nothing. He was just like the whole time. And it's just like, so this is just the damage control to make themselves look like they're the benevolent company, and they're the ingrates who walked out.
Gotcha.
And it worked. And most fans and most wrestlers are like, yeah, stand for yourself.
Hey, but yeah.
Because obviously CM Punk, he tweeted about how they should have did that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people showing pictures with them.
Yeah,
saying we stand with
Sasha. And of course, people trying to bury Sasha.
Which is great because Naomi's husband still works.
Yeah, they just put the other tag team titles on them.
Yeah.
So they the undisputed tag champs now.
And which I heard they gave that up before it happened.
Yeah.
Because they have it overseas, didn't it? Or at a house show or something.
Nah,
like recording or something like that.
Probably tape, pre-tape. Yeah, they spoiled it.
They
spoiled it, yeah.
Like Australia accidentally or something.
They spoiled it, yeah.
Actually showed the clip of them put on whole belt.
Yeah, they spoiled it, yeah. So like, there's no reason to watch SmackDown. So you can kind of tell from the fandom, there's two sides of this. You can kind of tell what side some people are on.
Well, a lot of people have different views on Sasha started. From her being very vocal before. But
being vocal, being a woman, and being black.
Right.
Those are the three strikes
against you.
Yeah.
So they're already upset because she's known she don't like something, she'll speak to
and these are the same people who...
And she tried to leave the company before.
Yeah, no.
But Vince said, well, you just take the time off.
And then they let Bailey come back. They put the belt on Bailey to make her happy. Because that's her friend. Yeah. They did that to make her happy. And what else? And what's funny about it is those same people who celebrated Tony Storm, who were like, oh, Jeff Hardy did the right thing, and have been, like me, been championing CM Punk for years for doing what he did.
Are mad at
But mad at him.
And I think, like I said, Sasha taking most of the blame. There's no ever saying that a lot about Naomi are just call her a follower.
A follower,
yeah. Like she can't make up her own mind.
She can't make up her own mind.
And like, how many times has she been put on the back burner? Hey, say, if you ever watched the Diva show, she always talking about Total Divas. Yeah, she's like, well, I was supposed to do this, or I was supposed to get the belt.
Remember when she won the belt and they just took it off of her?
Yeah.
She didn't even lose, they just took it off of her.
Yeah.
And then had her winning at WrestleMania and then do shit with her while she had it.
I mean, she's being short in the stick.
And they just had her drop it. Then they just have her drop it to like a. Did they have her drop it like Alexa Bliss or something?
I think everybody on the show has something. Yeah, then. To do what? You know?
Yeah. So, like, why can't they.
And then she was like really over too.
Yeah, that's what she's super over with.
She had the whole neon. First I did the whole neon.
Yeah.
The kids buy the glasses and there's something hell the neon bands.
Yeah, it's just
strings or whatever they call it.
Glow sticks and shit.
Yeah, the glow sticks.
Yeah, it's because that's just another example. The people they want over are the people they'll push.
Right. Yeah.
If you get over on your own, you get in trouble for it.
Right. It doesn't like you can't organicacally become popular.
Look exactly right.
They don't care.
He got over and they buried him as quick as possible on live television.
Yeah,
because he even brought it up. Like, I kind of wish I'd did that when they pushed me off that wheelchair. Can't push them off the ramp. Like, yeah, I should have took my internet title and went home then.
Yeah. They wouldn't push their narrative for sure.
Yeah.
You can't change that what they already wrote down.
Right. They do not like that.
Unless they really like, are they plan to do something with you regardless.
Yeah.
Then you can say, oh, well, I don't want to do it that way. We got to do it wild. Well, okay.
Right, they'll acquiesce to certain people.
Yeah, they'll bend over to
right. If your last name was Anawayu, they'll definitely bend over backwards.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to hurt their relationship with The Rock.
There you go. I mean, it's sad to see.
I support them and shit, so. Plus, Sasha got other irons in the fire, so.
Yeah, I mean, kind of for me, WWE's got to burn a lot of bridges, especially with talent.
Yeah.
That's why they have to kind of push new talent. I mean, if you talk to anybody that's been with WWE at least 6 years, man, they do not. Unless they're like on the main card, they're not really happy.
No.
They just like, man, the pay is good enough and da support my family, I really don't,
Right.
I don't want to go back to $500 a night.
Right. Or trying to find a car, trying to find a room.
Right.
Trying to get booked.
I'm just trying to retire, saving money,
retire. Then it's like, oh, well, I can get paid. How much if I go work for Tony Khan?
Yeah, I mean, there's some pros and cons, man.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Pros and cons.
C-O-N, not K-H.
There you go. But, man, I support them too, because, like, for me, like I said, the product's been still for a long time.
Yeah.
But a lot of people...
And Naomi does have an ace in the hole. Her husband won the tag team champion.
Mm-hmm.
Her cousin is the guy in the company.
Yeah.
And they not, like you said, they're not trying to piss any of them off.
I mean,
especially at a time where they absolutely need Roman Reigns. They're not going to do anything.
I mean, suspensions. I guess they still get paid to be suspended.
Right.
They still got contracts.
Right. We don't know how long the contracts are under.
Right. They might just stay at home until they expire.
Yeah.
And then at that point, they can start making decisions on what to do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure not Naomi, but Sasha has permission to go do what she wants.
Yeah. And also, let's not front that.
With acting and
Sasha is one of their bigger stars.
Yeah.
Like, she's just not another talent, so.
She's a big name as far as the women's division.
Yeah, I mean, she's in the same lane as Becky and Charlotte is.
I mean, probably big. They're not on TV.
Right.
Like, I mean, well, Charlotte does have the Boost commercial.
Yeah, but that Boost commercial ain't Charlotte was.
Right. Yeah,
exactly.
Right. She didn't have mainstream appeal. Like
right.
That. And that's probably WWE putting her on that.
Right, which, of course, they don't really like doing because they can't control that anymore.
Right. But, I mean, yeah, I think it's a dumb deal for them. And hopefully they'll be able to... Actually, I mean, I wouldn't be too bad if they moved over to the pastures.
Yeah.
At this point.
I mean, it sucks for Bianca because, Bianca and Asuka should be good. But, it takes an opponent away from her, and it's just like...
I mean, WWE is good at showing you opportunity to snatch it away
from you. Just as quickly, yeah.
Shout out to Shinsuke Nakamura. But yeah, man,
yeah.
People get tired of it.
Right.
Speaking of this, just because I follow him, I really dig the guy. Boogs.
Oh, Rick Boogs. He hurt, right?
I guess, but he's walking around like he just didn't tear his ankle.
Quad
2 months ago.
Yeah.
Like, he's walking around, he's in the gym, like, he's walking out without crutches.
Oh, shit. So he don't do the guitar thing when I'm going on?
Well, I mean, he's
off
he's
TV.
he's still at home.
He off TV, so
But you know, you couldn't tell. I mean,
you can't really tell you.
you can tell he's really ready to get back. Cause I think in his case, like he's around that cusp where he started making some real money. He's like, man, I'm ready. You know, if I don't work, you know, my family doesn't can't.
Yeah, he's really starting to get over it. He got a
so
lot of
he's like, man,
energy.
the longer I'm here, I'm losing steam.
Yeah,
Man, he's making it. Hopefully, he doesn't rehurt himself trying to
come back too soon.
Man, he's like making a
same thing for Big E.
ass recovery.
Yeah, same thing for Big E.
Yeah, go to his IG, man. He's walking around. I think he was walking around there with like 2 days, 3 days after surgery. Yeah, I mean he was ginger, but I was like, you about to tear that thing. Yeah.
All I know about Quad is I just remember Triple H's shit.
And took him a while.
Like 9 months to come back, and he's Triple H.
But I mean, surgery's got
Better. More advanced than 20 years. So yeah.
And you know they got the best of the best working with them guys now.
Right.
Yeah.
And plus, they still be doing some carny shit by clearing people. Like, oh yeah, you're good. Clearing people over the phone.
I mean, let's be honest, man. I broke my ankle before, and it's never gonna be 100%.
Right, it's never the same.
It's never the same.
Yeah, I tore this knee up like 12 years ago. It still clicks.
Yeah, it's never gonna be the same. As it used to be. I don't care if you got a replacement or whatever. It's
Right,
still,
right.
You know, it's something different about
Right.
that appendix. You know?
Right. It don't feel the same.
It doesn't feel the same. Like, I know when it rains or about to rain, and then it gets
It
cold.
hurts like hell, yeah.
So
And we're both only in our mid-30s, so imagine what happened when we're
right.
older.
So Rick, man, take your time.
Take
man.
time, bro.
I know exactly what you're thinking, but
You can get back on TV, cool, but don't do nothing physical.
yeah, man, be careful with that. Man. I know
Don't be
he's a stud too, but don't get me wrong.
Yeah, don't be trying to take no bumps too early.
He might be up there as far as strength wise with something big.
I've seen him power lift before.
Yeah, he's
like
pretty
that.
strong.
He's a strong dude.
He's pretty strong. You can't train, but you can't strengthen ligaments like that. They'll tear.
Yeah.
But man, hopefully that gets better. And hopefully everything goes right for Sasha and Naomi. Come on, WWE, make it right, man. Make it right. And I mean, come on, man. I mean, I know you got a job, and I'm not really too surprised about Michael Cole, you know, because he's got the hand up his butt anyway.
And Vince is in
Corey
there.
Graves, man, come on, man.
Yeah, he's a puppet.
Yeah,
People gonna say this because he didn't like Enzo, you like Enzo, blah blah. Like I didn't like Corey Graves as a wrestler. It's just
I
like
don't even remember. I mean, I know
he's an NXT,
but I don't even remember him as a wrestler.
he's alright, but I mean, like they try to make him like the new Bobby Heenan and shit, but like you're not.
Yeah, I really get that real snaky thing about him.
And remember,
Vibe. He get a real snaky vibe.
I don't know if you remember this. A few years ago, he got drunk and went on some Twitter rant about CM Punk.
Oh yeah.
Because CM Punk didn't like reply to him over some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like, is this what happened when you're fake and blah 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 blah? It was like, and Punk was just like, dude, what the fuck is your problem?
So who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Why would I reply?
I don't even know. Y'all met you once.
Yeah. But yeah, he's I wouldn't trust that dude.
Nah,
He got real.
he stole Cass's girl, but whatever.
Yeah. But I don't know about that, but still.
Yeah, I'll be funny with that shit.
But he was like married with him.
Yeah, exactly. He was married while he was messing with her.
Yeah, so big, way he's spending or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Who knows?
Who really
knows?
knows?
I mean, you really married when you on the road that long? I mean,
You know,
anyway.
the sunny days come.
Sunny days.
Yeah,
Sunny days. All right, y'all, man. So, what you get this week, man? You got some hot topics, man. We heard about all the stuff going on with these crazy lawsuits, man. People going to jail. You got, man. This is like lockup episode, really.
It's indictment time.
Well, indictment time.
RICO charge.
Right. Man, we got hooked up with the MCU. Found out what's going on with the WWE. So, man, it's been a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
Man. So, man, Bigrob, you want to say anything to the folks, man? Anything you want to add? Before we go move on to the benediction?
Right, of course. May's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
Mental health is important.
Go get some therapy if you need it, man.
If you need it, man, it's always available.
It's always helpful, man.
I know that the stigma's starting to go away, but it's still prevalent for some people. Fuck all that.
Right.
You need help, get it, because way too many people are fighting those battles and way too many people are losing them.
Put yourself first.
Put yourself first, yes.
That goes with mental health. This your health period, man. Eat a vegetable every now and then. Try a grape.
They're actually delicious.
Yeah, they're delicious. Melon, I heard, is really good for you. Cucumber. fruits and vegetables, man. Put down the processed stuff for a while, man. I know it's in everything, but
I know this is a buzz phrase.
Eat some leafy greens.
Yeah. I know it's kind of a touchy subject. Don't touch grass. It helps.
Yeah, it actually does. Do something, go outside, get the natural vitamin D.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, man, get some therapy, man. Start, talk to somebody. If you have some issues, man, talk to somebody. Talk to your family first. Tell them, and then, if they love you, they'll say, make some help,
Call that friend and talk to them in a while.
Yeah, check up on somebody you heard for a while.
Right.
Man. Make sure they mental state's all right.
You got a friend that's locked down, go holler at them.
Yeah, man, put about $30 on the
Yeah,
man. That goes a long way.
Yeah, anything to help somebody out.
Yeah, man. Like I said, talk to somebody you talk to. Take care of yourself, man. Take care of people who take care of you. And find out who really likes you, who really fucks you along with. Because sometimes you find out the hard way when you don't have it. And you look around and nobody's there. So you don't want to go that far without finding out who's really, rocking with you anyway. Is there anything else?
Of course, most importantly, obviously, you got to avoid the bookings, beloved. That's always a big thing.
It's Saturday.
It's Saturday. You don't want to spend the weekend in jail.
And we're rolling towards the night, so people are going to want to go out. So be careful with that, man. Watch your intake. Get an Uber driver, get a Lyft driver, or get a good old yellow cab if you need to.
Look into Uber Reserve. They'll let you pick your favorite drivers.
There you go. Find somebody you like.
Don't drink too much Casamigos. Trust me.
Yes. Be careful with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like I said, take care of yourself, take care of your friends, your family, man. Be good to yourself. Be good to the people that are good to you, man. But besides that, man, it's the Pleasure Palace, man. We got out of here, man. Either you gonna be good,
or you gonna be good at it.
And it's gonna be just like that. This is this podcast, man. Season 4, episode 3. We out of here, man. Just like that. Y'all be careful. Y'all be good, and we go.